Hey everybody, welcome to the Lucy OpenDev. I'm Rogan from Amplitude Studios, and I'm going to take a couple minutes to walk you through what you can expect from this new playable chunk of Humankind. We heard you loud and clear last time around. The game needs better onboarding. We're working hard on fleshing out the tutorials for Humankind, but they're not all implemented yet. And that's why we're making this video. If you have any additional questions after watching, feel free to reach out directly through Twitter at HumankindGame. So what's different between this OpenDev and the last couple? Well, for one, you're going to be playing a whole lot more of the game. You'll start in the Neolithic Era and build your empire all the way into the early modern era. So let's start from the beginning. This is the first time we're letting you try out the Neolithic Era. Every player in Humankind starts off as a Neolithic tribe. Your objective in this era is to explore, hunt, and discover your way to the Ancient Era. Humankind is all about leaving your mark on history, and this is where you'll start earning fame, the sole victory condition, for every great deed you accomplish. So where do you start? Well, select your tribe by left-clicking it, and send it over in the direction you'd like to explore by right-clicking the tile you'd like to head over to. If you come across a deer or a bear or even a mammoth, it might be hunting time. So to initiate combat, select your tribe once again and right-click the target. We'll talk a little more about battles later on. Through your travels, you may come across these glowing markers on the map. Run over to them to gain a little bit of food or some knowledge for your people. In Humankind, your cities and outposts claim entire regions. In the Neolithic Era, you won't be able to build up your city just yet, but you can place an outpost to claim a nice-looking territory if you come across one. To place an outpost, have your unit selected and click this button up here. Any unit can place an outpost, you just have to have enough influence, which you'll gain as you explore the world. Now let's fast forward a bit. You've hit the Ancient Era, so how do you upgrade that outpost to a city? Just left-click into it and find this button here. Once your city is built, you'll be able to construct quarters, create units, and generate resources. So you've got your city, now let's start building. Hexagonal icons are extensions, and they will be placed directly on the map to exploit resources adjacent to them. The square icons are infrastructures, and they will provide bonuses to your city without actually having to be placed on the map. Extensions, the ones you place on the map, typically exploit specific resources. So, for example, if you're placing a farmer's quarter, you'll exploit all the food adjacent to that tile. The maker's quarter works in the same way, except it exploits industry instead of food. So while your cities are doing their thing, you should probably be sending off your units to explore and, just to get a lay of the land. While exploring, you're probably going to come across another empire at one point or another. What happens next usually depends on what kind of player you are. Let's explore your two main options. Option 1. Make friends! In the Lucy OpenDev, diplomacy in its current form is there for you to play around with. The diplomacy system is all about managing your relationships with the other empires. Once you meet another empire, an icon will appear right here near the top left corner of your screen. Click that to start the conversations. The diplomacy system will open up options for you to trade resources, share map information, and create alliances. Option 2 is pretty much the polar opposite. Time to make some enemies. Like I said before, right-click an opposing unit while one of your units is selected to initiate a battle. Before the battle officially begins, you'll have the option to confirm the battle or to back out if you're having second thoughts. We've also implemented an auto-resolve option. You can also switch on the automatic battle option at any point in the battle to hand it off to the AI. Once battle is confirmed, all the units you've brought into the battle will be laid out across the battlefield indicated in white. We've said it many times before, but we'll say it again, terrain is incredibly important in battles. Always seek the high ground and avoid attacking from below or from rivers. Another change we've made to battles this time around is that you can queue up and initiate simultaneous attacks to speed up the process, meaning you can queue attacks as others are being executed. And that's pretty much it. Well, honestly, it's only really scratching the surface, but this should be enough to get you started on the right foot. Again, we're here to help, so feel free to DM or tweet us directly on Twitter at Humankind Game.